Hello everybody, and welcome. It's Grizzle's Rubber Duck Fleet. It's Warship Wednesday. Give me a second. I'm gonna pause this for a second. Pause it right here. Clip together. Hello everyone. Back. Took a little pause. This is Warship Wednesday. Doing a little bit of commentary here. Just voiceover work. That is the USS Midway. That's the patch we've acquired for doing the the bureau here. We're trying to obtain the carrier Midway, and here we're going to do some work with some couple of destroyers. This is your tier 5, and we're going on to see. I have it sped up a little bit right here because I wanted to speed up to the point where making contact without actually losing all of the footage and stuff by cutting and pasting. So that's what I was doing there. And why I do that at times is to get the clips in together, and I can get them in under 15 minutes. There we go. We're making contact, and this actually turned out to be a pretty good match. Excuse me there. Unprofessional was that. But what I try to do sometimes, and what I'm doing here is, I see they got a destroyer coming up, so I'm doing my work on this destroyer. And the better ones to deal with these destroyers are cruisers. But I'm a destroyer, and what I did is I started laying smoke, and instead of traveling out of the smoke, I'm circling around back in, and I'm keeping in the smoke itself, so it's harder to detect where I am. And I had assist on that kill there, and it's kind of like, okay, everybody, let's focus in on this destroyer, take it out, and then we can work, because destroyers can do a number on battleships if you handle them right. And see, there's another cruiser that I'm going after. How far am I forward? Okay, because I have the band going here, and if I can't cross into their space, otherwise it'll break the immersion. Special effects, right? Oh, look at this fight. Got a little gun battle going on here. I'm using assisted kill again, is what that is. Cause I've got one kill, and now I'm working on this battleship. And this is the Mahan. This is a pretty cool little battleship, little destroyer. I kind of been having fun with it, so I was able to obtain this permanent paint job for it. And all my ships carry the rubber duck patch with the rubber duck flag for the rubber duck fleet, Grez's rubber duck fleet. And we're not doing carriers today. This is Warship Wednesday. We'll do some of that tomorrow, because tomorrow's Sunday. And we're putting this together for like Thursday or Saturday. And I've got like 2 or 3 different clips we're putting together. One for the tank garage. I got the Warship Wednesday. And also doing stuff over here with Stop Go. Putting the concert together for the face. And they're hot. Wheels and hot pavement smoke. What a burnout, man. That's the concert I put together for the band. And that's kind of what's going on right here, if you can see it. I've got it cut and paste in here. But let's get back to the battle here. Look at that. Okay. We did pretty good. I can remember when I first started playing, how many times I laid down a bunch of smoke and I didn't cover nobody's path. I don't know why. And it got to the point where it's like, man, you use that to get out of a sticky situation. I've had it too where I'd be made visible coming around the island. Well, if I puff the smoke, then that you can come around that island and still stay somewhat concealed and just pop out. You might catch someone unaware, and just at that point, if you could drop in some torps, you might have them. This is this is still my man. See, I love this paint job. That's why I put it on. That's permanent, by the way. I had to sacrifice some other paint jobs in order to make this permanent, but it's a pretty cool paint job. And the paint jobs help a little bit. It helps with detection and stuff like that. It's all in the mathematics and stuff there. I'm not really sure, but I like it because it looks cool. It makes an individual ship a little bit more collectible, if you want to put it that way. It's like, oh, this one's my ship. I painted this way, and this is the flag that she's got flying when she goes to sea. And that's what we're doing here. Warship Wednesday, the rubber duck fleet has pulled up anchor and set sail, and we're out here on going in harm's way. No, that's the next one. I kind of titled that one "Our Kids in Harm's Way," and you'll see what I'm talking about. You know, don't call the authorities. Our kids are. We're talking about a ship. And hey, we're out here fighting the battles at sea. So I like this game though. It's kind of fun. At this moment here, I'm just kind of closing some distance. I'm looking for another opportunity. And like I said, I'm coming around that corner. See, that would have been a perfect spot to puff smoke, but mine was still cooling down. But that would have been, because then you would have kept him from being able to see you that well while you're targeting him. Okay, come on. We're backing up. We're backing up, are we? Yeah, we are. We're backing up. I think there was one time too that I was. Yeah, see, I'm backing up into the smoke so that I'm not out in the open, and they have a harder time making contact, and they're just gonna try and scoot around behind the island. But we got a bigger, badder ship coming around the other way, so he's got sailing right, like, you know what I mean? We got our guns pointed on him. He's sailing right through that crossfire. Ouch. I don't think it did him any good, see? Assisted in the kill. And that's the battle for that one. Here we go. All head full. Ladies and gentlemen, we are taking the kid out to sea. This is a cool little destroyer too. Permanent paint job is black. Black Friday coming up. That paint job was bought a few years ago on a Black Friday sale, and I got the color scheme permanent, and I gave it to the kid here. So that's what we're sailing with here. I like this little destroyer, and destroyers are tough. That's why I kind of focus in on them, especially if I'm operating a cruiser. That's my task, because one of my first tasks is to find them destroyers and see what I can do about taking them off the map. That way it's just a lot easier for your bigger ship, because a destroyer can come in on you when you're not least expecting it. And I've been talking about that a little bit too, is when you're coming up on some of these big ships, see where their guns are pointing. If they're pointing off to the port or pointing off to the starboard side, go to the port side, because it take them a little while to get them guns down. But remember, they have secondaries, and secondaries are just as dangerous if you get in too close. But that's the danger of the destroyer. They're fast, they're quick. They can do a run in, drop some torps, be out, coming around, drop some smoke, and you don't know where they are, and you're chasing them, and then it gets to be really dangerous. So that's why I kind of, when I point them out, I'll point them out to the team, say, hey, let's focus in on this here. Yeah, see? We're putting info out there. Take this destroyer down. They're dangerous. And they're saying the same thing about me. But see, now I'm puffing smoke. Smoke's through shit. But what am I doing? Am I sitting? There we go. I'm coming back around so that the smoke is between me and where the possible targets are. We're sailing back into the smoke. was helping to cover my presence and make it. Oh, I got torpedoes coming in. Duck and dodge. Duck and dodge. That's another nice thing about the destroyers. You can, they're more maneuverable in those situations where you can take that little ship and toss it around and maybe avoid those torpedoes. You can do it with the battleships and the cruisers, but sometimes it's a little tougher to get that ship to come around. But a lot of times, too, battleships can absorb some of them torps. But if you put enough into them, they'll go down. And that's the fun part about going to sea. Now here's a battleship, and this is what I was talking about. Don't be getting to it. Come on. The kid is going in on this battleship, and like I said, when I'm looking at the ship, I'm crossing in front of it, and but its big guns are pointing off to the starboard side, which would have been my port side, leaving them a lot longer trying to get around to get to me, and I was able to launch a couple of torpedoes into them. Better aim, a little bit closer, a little bit thing. I could have put a few more torps, but it took two. So there's two torpedoes that went into that ship, and it started two things there, assisted. But we eliminated that threat. I had help. All of this, both of these matches was a team effort. Like I said, there's a lot of times where it's, hey, let's focus in on this one. So two or three of us start doing, and we take one down. Look, if there's a destroyer coming, so we focus in, take that destroyer down, which would have made it a little bit harder for us if the destroyer is around, right? And that's kind of what I try to do. Here's another big old, and gotta go back. Why? Because I was capturing that capture zone, and I had sailed out of the capture zone, so I'm backing up, and I'm not presenting a broadside to this here ship, but at the same time I got a couple guns I can shoot at it, while I'm also capturing that area. Yay, assisted in the capture. Yeah. So I have a lot of flags. We did a lot of damage. We had some fun. And like I said, my kid went into harm's way, came back okay. No damage done. Okay, Mr. Voiceover, we need a script clip, please. Script clip. Cut, print, and post. Put it in the canon on the shelf. From ELA Studio and Sons, Phil, Ed, Old Grez, Gwen, and Jess. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following. Everybody, wishing everybody a wonderful holiday season. We're doing pretty good, eh? Oh yes, that was wonderful. Great job, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following, and we'll see you out on the next World of Warship.